tell me just some background information about who you guys are and what you're doing in your own words.
Well, the band members are Arthur, my brother, who is my brother, Martin and Clément, who are guitarist and drummer. All of the three of them are singers. And I am Paul. I do keyboards and bass, synthesizers, and I sing too.
Okay.
We tried for this band and adventure to have the more democratic, to be as more democratic as possible, and we try to build this band, avoiding the leadership. I don't know how the leader of the leadership of one member. Well, there are many bands that we enjoy that have that we know that there is one person that is thinking and composing and writing everything for everyone, and we try to have a more kind of open relationship about this, and it is something that so there is my brother, and Martin is a really old friend of Arthur, my brother. Right. So I knew Martin since a long time ago. So yeah, it was more like how could friends try to build a relationship around the music and the I guess like so much bands, you know. But,
fair enough. So you guys have been kind of doing your thing for about 5 years now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And this album that's just coming out is your second album?
Yeah, it is. Officially kind of the second album. We've recorded it in 2018, so 2 years ago, and we released it in our French label last year. And at first we released it worldwide, but when we met Fat Cat, which is an English label, and they've told us that they want to do a release again for this album, because the label in France couldn't work it for worldwide because they don't have the network or just the contacts, and then Fat Cat offered to do it. So it was really good, and it can give a second life to this album. And
well, the world is a different place, quite a different place now than it was 2 years ago. So
yes.
Does that reflect on how you think people will react to the music?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know, maybe, but I know that when we composed it, it was a lot of it was really, we were going through many difficult emotions. Like we wanted to express and to explore our difficult emotions and try to express them, and I know that since the album is released in this year, we have some people who wrote us about how the lockdowns and the coronavirus help us composing this album, and we were like, it was 2 years ago, but we can find a new sense to it now that it had 2 years ago. But I guess right now the four of us, we are more focused on what could happen next, and the music we want to do now more than defend and if there is another tour planned, I don't think we're going to play the song on this album, because it's the songs that have been played last year very, very often, and right now we want to do new stuff. So but what I was the point was more like once something is done, we can share it, but the context make people like or unlike, but it belongs to the people who listen to it, who have the album now. So it's not of our control. I don't know. It's not. We can't influence with the context. I don't know what to say.
Right. Now you also collaborated with a filmmaker, Clara, somebody. I don't know how to pronounce your last name. So.
Yeah.
on the track for Closure.
Yeah. Clara Marguera, yeah, she's a French. She's a friend of us of the band. And we met almost 2 years ago, and it was at first difficult to collaborate because we were all often on the road. So we worked on a clip for Isolation that was released today, and we worked for a kind of well, she first. Yeah, we're trying new things, and we're exploring this aspect of our creativity with the video and with Clara, who is really helping us and collaborating. So it's nice. Yeah.
And so, what was it about her kind of work that drew you to working with her?
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Sure. So what was it about what she had done in the previously that drew you to having her collaborate with you on the videos?
Oh, well, she proposed this video for Closure, which is extract from a scene, which is not really a scene, but more in a. It was something she took in something she shoot in the metro, in the subway in Paris.
Yeah, I saw that.
And yeah, this video. When we saw it, we were really for the four of us, we didn't know really how to react. Some of us were kind of shocked. Some others were really seduced by the proposition, and we were. It seems to us that it was something more political. That's what we ever done yet, and we like it. We liked it. We liked the fact that it can be a kind of. We can go further in the political. I don't know how to say. We can try to use the video and try to use images to influence the sites, to influence the point of view, and because yeah, it was always important to us to think that we don't want to be only musician, or not only, but it's more like there have always been a kind of a cinematographic aspect in our way of thinking music, and
right.
And how music can give I don't know how to say, but how music can be working with video and with images that are that give more sense or more information about a point of view, or just an idea. And right now we want to take more. I don't know if political is the right term, but more. We want to try to more be to be. I don't know how to say. We like the fact that she is not like, kind of big professional who work with a there's a kind of DIY and more simple and more easier access to do things. I don't know, several things that seduce the four of us, and wanted to try to invest, to give it the energy that it demands to have something we like. And yeah.
Now we're down here in New Zealand, which is kind of isolated anyway from the rest of the world in normal circumstances. So,
yeah,
but I'm curious, you've made some allusion. You mentioned that there are no live shows happening where you are at the moment, and
yeah.
What is the feel like over there? What's going on in France?
I don't know. I really don't know. You know,
Yeah,
I'm
it was a
sorry.
big
I
question.
wish I
Yeah.
have a better answer, but no. But it's just like it is. I don't know. Things have been stopped for the cultural area. I mean, there are no more theaters. There are no more shows, no more lives, no more. At first, when the first lockdown happened in France, it was kind of a relief for us because
Sure.
we were a lot touring last year and in the beginning of the year, and it was really powerful and intense, but it was kind of really exhausting, and we were
Right.
in a way we were a lot doing not the same show because we always find a place for improvisation, and we try to find a little chaos where we can, but
Right.
it was exhausting because we wanted to make the show the more honest possible, and it demanded quite a lot of emotion and quite a lot of energy, and
Yeah.
the more we get people to ask for it, the more the more we felt like it could be a kind of a responsibility to make sure that it is honest and it's not just a career or just a, a way of doing money. I don't know, but more like
Right.
we want to share something with people, and the more people we have in the front of us, the more we have to give maybe. And so when the first lockdown appeared, it was kind of a relief, a stop that felt very good for the four of us, and that gave us some time to think about the relationship between the band, between each members of the band, because when we were touring, there's a lot of intimacy. There is a lot it could be difficult to find personal spaces,
Right.
or just time and so we could get the tensions that are not welcome. I don't know how to say, but
Yep.
so this kind of distance and stop put us really, really. It was really important at this point of the history of the band, I guess.
Yep.
And there were no live since from March to September. There were no live, so we had the time to think, to talk a lot, to try to understand what is happening around us too, because there are a lot of things that is not in our control that sometimes we try to control, but just there is nothing to do but to wait the next day and find solution in our possibility. I don't know, but yeah, to see how it revealed the social difficulties here in France. This epidemic and stuff was very difficult, because I know personally I have a very doubt about music, and about how much I want to put energy into it,
Right.
because I love music. I love doing it. I love listening to it. But I was kind of appealed to try something else, something I could judge more useful, even
Right.
if music is really useful. But when you see the first lockdown, I was in Lille, in the north of France, and there were no one in the street except homeless or refugees or people that don't have any home.
Right.
So it revealed this kind of social difficulties, and it makes us wonder what's the point of what we're going. I'm going to do my in the supermarket to buy some food, and then I go into my house and just wait for someone to go by, and then I don't know. It was kind of a question about how to spend the time, and how to spend how to what to do with my energy and my days, and we talk a lot about this with the band, because it was important that we were aligned. It was important that we were willing to continue music together, and no one is forcing each other, and
but I will say, as a
another
music
is waiting
fan,
for each other.
I will say, as a music fan, what you guys, musicians in general, do is important, and especially in times like this, it possibly is even more important. So certainly more important than a lot of politicians are doing these days. So.
Yeah.
So
that's very nice. I'll take it. I take it. It's good.
So, and you've mentioned you have new music that you've been working on, right?
Yeah, since 2 years now, because the last time we were in the studio, it was for this album.
Right.
It was 2 years ago. So since we worked a lot, we exercised the jam. We jam a lot in the studio. Not when there was this lockdown and right today actually we were jamming in the studio today because we try to not we don't know what form it could take. Maybe it's going to be an album, maybe it's going to be a short movie with collaborations with other people. We don't really know, but right now it's more like it's important for us to just play music and just let it out, just let stuff out, because we miss that kind of spaces that we found in the venue, in the show, where we can just, it's okay to just I don't know, just let's emotions out. And
well, it is, so the sound that you guys make is very cathartic. You can tell that you're, you know, stuff is happening on stage and in the audience. So what kind of, how do you describe what you do to people who perhaps haven't heard you, and what have you listened to that brings you to the point where you're making this music?
It is difficult because it is always influencing the way people is going to listen the music, what we see into the music. I don't know.
Right.
I think I think I like to, if I could, I would say anything, and if someone is curious, then it's good. If he's not curious, and it's okay. I don't think it's that good. But I guess it's just that I know we have very different influences for each members of the band. There is a lot of common things, like I don't know. There were a lot of Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. There were a lot of Sonic Youth, Iggy Pop. There were a lot of David Bowie, but it's not obvious, I guess. But I'm a more I don't know. I think I try not to describe it if possible, and just let people have their own ideas, because I think labels could be a way of I don't know, mettre des choses dans les cases. I don't know how to say in English, but sometimes it's difficult to not I don't know what to say. I've lost it, but maybe I'll find it later in English.
Okay.
Sorry.
You just don't want to get pigeonholed into something, you know, that's like very
that's it. That we don't want to do rock and roll, we don't want to do punk music, we don't want to be classified as we sure are an heritage of a certain style or certain aestheticisms of band, but well, we are two guitarists, one drummer and one keyboard. So beginning with this, we use certain some codes, and we don't use others, so we can't be classed as a hip-hop group. But with the new music coming, maybe, we don't know, so we'll see.
Good to keep an open mind, that's for sure. And so when you actually record, are you like recording all live playing together in one room, or are you kind of overdubbing and mixing it up? How do you guys work?
I don't know how we're going to work now, but we worked like this for this album. It was really obvious to the four of us that when we play live, when we play the four of us in the room, there is something that can happen.
Yep.
So if there is something that we want to record, it is while something is happening. So yeah, the album was recorded with a live bass, yes, a live foundation. I don't know how to say. Yeah, the structure of the songs were recorded live, and then we try to use the studio as an instrument, like how we could play
Sure.
with the panoramic, of we could play with distortion effects and stuff, and for this we had a lot of reference, like Nine Inch Nails or
Right.
more like I don't know, Radiohead too. We really like how they use the studio as an instrument, that you can feel that there is nothing left to random to this is something I really like, that the studio could be so precise that every details could reveal subtleties, and this is something I really like, because I can hear listen to an album with I don't know, with headphones or with speakers, and it won't reveal the same things, and I will keep discovering new things depending on what I am listening on, and this is something I really like about the studio. You can hide stuff, and yeah, I
Very cool.
like this to think it like this.
So you think we'll have some new music after this album is being reissued fairly quickly?
Well, I don't know about very quickly, but I guess I guess it depends. We try. There is many possibilities. We try. Sometimes we think that we're going to work as a we release the one EP or one thing every week,
right?
And even if it's not a you know, like work during months with labels and stuff, because sometimes this is something that could stop the I don't know to say, not organic, but the simple fact that we are playing music in our studio, we want to share it, and we can't, because we have to work on video, we have to work on promotion for months, and this is not our case, because we are a small band, but there are bands that I know could be really tied with this kind of career, and I don't know what to say. So
yeah, it used to be a lot easier. You just write songs and play them, and that was the end of it. But now there's all this other
and
stuff,
we want to share
social
it,
media and videos and all that stuff. Crazy.
Yeah, it could be helpful, but yeah, it is crazy. We want to reconnect with a simple music, and sometimes we think that on I don't know, on five songs a week, and just release it on a Bandcamp on something that isn't really too ambitious, but more about, okay, this is what we are into right now, and we just want to share it without ambition of making it our career, or making it us a big star or something like that, but just our sensibilities, who find a way out, and maybe ears to go to. Well, I'm glad we can speak. Technology could be amazing.
It is indeed, actually.
Technology is amazing.
Yep. It's great to talk to you, and thank you for taking the time to talk to me. I really appreciate it. And we'll look for some.
Yeah.
Let us know when you're doing new stuff, and we'll let everybody else know. And in the meantime,
thanks a lot.
It's Private Meaning First is the name of the album.
Yeah, this is the name of the album. Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Marty. Very good. Well, have a good night.
Yeah, you too. Thanks again.
We'll
Goodbye.
See. Bye-bye.